call this game Triple B, a game of baseball, bowling, and basketball. The idea came from the Hula Hut games from J.D. Hughes, PE to the max, and then Ben Landers, the PE specialist, sharing out the Hula Hut throwdown and Hula Hut knockdown games. And this one, I decided to use bowling pins instead because my kids were having a lot of trouble with building the Hula Huts in a game that requires them to do it quickly. So it's kind of frustrating because, oh my gosh, my students have the hardest time building the Hula Huts quickly during a game. So I think it's great for games where you set up a certain number of Hula Huts, start the game, when they all get knocked down, the game is over, then they have time to reset it. But I didn't really find a lot of great success with them having to build the Hula Huts really quickly. A lot of frustration on their part, so it didn't really work for me. Alright, so here is the set of rules and ideas that I show them in class, just so they know. We got a lot of visual learners, so seeing it is one thing, but sometimes they have an easier time taking it in if they see it. One thing I do share with them is it's very important that the person that scores a basket would be the one that picks up a pin that was knocked down on their side and no one else, just so there's no confusion. So I took it down for the week before even showing how to set it up. Basically, you have cones in the middle separating the two sides, and bowling pins. It could be 5 to 10, whatever number you have for your gym size, on both sides. I put a hula hoop around each pin, so that keeps the blockers, one garter per pin. It keeps them further away from the bowling pin, giving everyone a better chance than if they were just standing right over it. So they have to stay outside of the hoop. You can use any baskets you have. I had 2 little tykes, one for each team, that I just happen to have, and that's for one pin being set up if they make a shot in there. If they score a basket in a regular official hoop, they would get to pick up 3 bowling pins from their side. You can do garbage cans and make it any value that you want. But the idea here is that if they make a basket shooting, then they are able to pick up pins that were knocked down, which originally in the games like this, once their pins are down, they're down, and the game is over once they are all knocked down. But in this one, it makes it kind of a endless cycle because it's really hard to get all 7 pins down before other people are making baskets and picking them back up again. So one thing that they have to think about strategically is, are there really enough pins down, knocked down on their team to really care about shooting a basket at that point, which will then allow them to pick up pins. Really, they should be focused on knocking down the other team's pins first. And if they are starting to get a lot of their pins knocked down, then I would worry about getting baskets to pick up pins again. So they have to think about the greater need at that point.